All right, Kenman here. Today we have a very fun unboxing. This is a facade. I took this box, I actually opened this on a live stream already, and it was kind of packed and just wrapped. And here we are, we're doing it for real, legit. An Artisan Cutlery box was in the room, so it was easy to kind of add and do. Today we're looking at an Artisan Cutlery gift given to me from the one and only Trish. You may know her as MoPatty. She is a wonderful human being and decided I was worthy enough to receive a gift. She had this knife, thought it would fit perfectly in my collection lifestyle criteria for what I love in knives. Shut up, Kenman. Open the box. Let's get in here. Boom, look at this beast. Okay, box on the floor. Thank you to Trish. This is the Artisan Cutlery D-Rocket Hyperion. Boom, look at this beast. It's just an absolute hog. Wow. Soak it in, huh? I've honestly never seen this. It's been discontinued for a while. The only version I found online was a different one with a carbon fiber handle, but they do exist out there, so I was able to at least identify the Artisan Cutlery D-Rocket Hyperion. So we have a nice frame lock knife, D2 on the blade steel with this beautiful clip, and then a brass kind of copper, I'm not sure if it's brass or copper, bronzy, brass handle, so it's got some weight to it. Drops shut. Big old flipper tab snaps out really, really well. There is a fuller in there. You can kind of get in. I've done it. Come on. Flick. There it is. Kind of a tight grab on that fuller. I don't know if it really was designed with that in mind, but I mean, the whole thing is visible, but it's kind of hard to get in there. You got to kind of push. There's a strong detent to it. So you can see that detent. Bam. Pulls it in so it's tight. So it's kind of tough. I struggle a little bit getting that fuller to work, but if you get in there just right, and there you go. You can flick it out. This thing is sweet. Big old flipper tab on there is also kind of a flawless open. This is a strong detent, so I'm going to try to fail, and it still slowly will make it all the way out. Nice lock up on that lock right there. Flips out good, feels solid in the hand, no movement or play. Sitting just a little bit off the center, but you know, I bet you if I just go in here like this, just give it a little, there you go, right in the middle. Let's check that action. Still fantastic. This knife has been around for a little while. It's gotten some use. You can see it's got a little wear on the handle. I plan to shipwreck this because why wouldn't I? If you haven't seen any of the shipwrecks I've done before, here's a couple little examples. You take copper or brass, put it in a container, add some chemicals like salt and ammonia, and you can get some really cool designs and patterns. So I intend to do that with this. So ultimately, with the interesting kind of designs and quality that you get with that, I don't really need to clean this off. If I was going to anodize like titanium or something, we could maybe polish that up. I could blast that, get it nice and smooth. But all these little scratches and nicks are some character, little stories, things that have happened with the blade, and they are going to affect that shipwreck process, so it might just only intensify the pattern even more. So I really don't need to clean it. If you were to shipwreck this, what would you do? I can get in here, I can use my Sabatoru stones, polish these up, get rid of these scratches, get it nice and shiny and clean before we go, or I could just leave it just as is and let it rip. I think that might be what I'm gonna do. Look at that drop shut. Definitely works really good. Got a little weight behind it, so sometimes, come on. That is just frustrating enough. There you go. Because all I want to do is flick it out off that fuller when I can see it. It can be done. I think that anything with the design, if they had just made this just a little, I mean, this handle is huge. absolutely enormous. Look at all that real estate right there. So they could have brought this in just a little bit more, or maybe made that edge of that fuller a little bit easier to kind of get a hold of. It does work, and I'm going to sit here and do it all day and be frustrated with it, but it's fun. I dig the design of this. I like a big backside on the handle, so I do appreciate that. Something about a clip point just as gorgeous, sometimes not as functional depending on how much belly is on it. This one, I feel like when I'm getting there with my index finger, you can still get that tip into a spot that you want to work. When it's got a lot of belly on it, then the belly can kind of get in the way of like getting that tip in for doing some cuts. But this is solid. Would you cut the flipper tab off of there? I know Paul would. Not really much of a choke up. You can kind of get on that like that, but generally you're going to stay right behind there. Plenty of handle space. There's this little section here where my pinky can go onto there comfortably, but I could choke all the way up to here, still get another couple finger grab on the back. This is absolute hog. Huge lanyard hole right there. You could, man, fly through that. It's just enormous. Okay, clip can be swapped to the other side right there. So the lefty's got a little bit of love. Fun drop action on here. Just a solid knife. No jimps. Kind of a sad face on the jimps. They should jimp this all the way to here. We need to get that KDK Jimp Master 3000 going so I can start jimping everything, right? Because this one would get it. I would jimp that. What do you think about jimps? Comment below. Tell me what you think. Designed by D-Rocket, the logo, China, D2 written on that side. We've got the Artisan Cutlery logo on this one here. Does have the captive pivot. So the captive pivot's on this side. And that, very minimal, just a couple of screws. The clip, we'll get that clip swapped. Seems like a decent enough clip, not too big. Yeah, it's all right. What do we think about this knife? Anybody have one of these? Man, thanks, Trish. This thing is super cool. I can't wait to shipwreck this. Absolute beast. 9 1/8. 9 1/8 end to end. You're looking at a 4-inch blade right to the center. You could say maybe 4 1/8, 4 1/4 at a slight angle, but you're literally about a 4-inch blade. And it has 3 7/8 inch cutting surface with a slight curve on the belly. Almost a 5-inch handle. 5 inches from there to there. Boom. Beastly handle. Video 3 with the new battery. I'm not going to keep track forever. But we did get the new battery on here. Fresh as can be. Well, a couple days. 0.12. Nice thickness on there. That 1-2 carries out to right here and then tapers off to that beautiful clip tip. Oof. Looks sharp. Feels good. I love that design. That is hot looking. Handle, 0.46. Narrow a spot there, 0.90. Right behind that, it jumps straight up to 1. This thick nub out on the end, 1.28. Then it drops back a little bit to like 2.4 right here. So it's a little bit thicker and then thins out. Man, that beefy backside, I can dig it. Thickest on the blade, 1.08. Fresh, happy battery. Excellent. So yeah, live streams Thursday, 6 p.m. Central. Mondays and Tuesdays, usually around 4 or 5. Saturday morning coffees as well. Fridays, you know, I do a lot of live streams. I'd love to see you there. We have a good time talking about knives, give each other recommendations, and it's just a blast. I hope to see you there. 8.43 on this beast. Absolute hog. Got the drop bear compare. 3.28. 8.43. But you got to understand, it's brass or copper, and that always gives it some weight. 6.69 on this Kizer. If I, get up and I grab the same, totally hijacking the video here. We got the Kizer Towser Ks. So the copper Towser K is 6.68 and the micarta one is 4.3. So the same knife, same size. You can see that copper or that brass gives it a lot of weight, but it also allows you to do some cool shipwrecks like that right there. All right, hijack over. 8.43 on this monster. I love it. Ugh. Trish got it, hit the nail right on the head. She was like, "Yeah, this is a KDK style all day." 100% correct. I'm totally digging this. The Drop Bear Compare brought to you by Kizer. The Drop Bear is a great, not quite full-size daily user. Tons of jimps. These are the jimps we want on there and on everything else. Great knife, same size as your pyrites, your bug-out killers. Not quite full size versus this 9-inch monstrosity. I love it. I love them all. Big, small, wide, narrow, chunky, thin, you name it. I'm into it. Hook knife. Oh yeah, we're distracted today. Solid inch shorter on the handle and an inch shorter on the back. We're looking at a 7¼ inch versus a 9-inch knife, so it's significantly smaller. If you're looking for a nice, easy daily user, though, that Drop Bear is great. One of my favorite knives, though, seriously. Towser K for the win. Okay. Take it down, bring her back, knock it out of the park, and send it home. Okay, here we go. We're almost there. The collaboration Artisan Cutlery and D-Rocket Hyperion. Fantastic. Piece of paper. I've got a little left here. Let's see. Doesn't look like the blade's gotten a ton of use. Good edge on there. So we'll kind of see where it's at right now. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my. There it is. This is good. This is slicey. I've got a small little piece of paper that's on its last breath. But you can see here these nice long sweepy cuts. This D2 is actually really nice. Little bit of a tear, kind of a little resistance to it, but we are making cuts. I'm going to give that a solid 8 out of 10 on sharpness. I could probably hone that down, give it a couple of strops, and get that thing screaming. We'll do that when we do the shipwreck. So stay tuned very soon. This will be a shipwreck project. I look forward to it. All my projects, I show you everything start to finish. I give you all my tips, my tricks. So if you're ever looking to do a customization, and I do any of them, anodizing, laser marking, shipwrecking, scale dies, lots of playlists and fun stuff. You are in the right place if that's what you're looking for. Or if you just want to talk knives, I look forward to it. Thanks again to MoPatty, a.k.a. Trish, the Wonderful, for this amazing gift. I really appreciate it. Ugh, sweet. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.